What is up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. Pretty much really big show tonight. Well, I should say now I've been really watching this show, as they call it, Impact After Dark. It hasn't really helped in the ratings that much, but since on Pop TV, it's like I've kind of said before in the past other videos of my Impact Wrestling, because their TV deal just come up at the end of the year, and people are now speculating, will they still be on Pop TV, or will they be moving to a different channel? Because of, like I said, because of that, there's been a time slot change. I'm sure everybody knows this. If I explain it, they pretty much come on at about 9 o'clock over in my time. Why they would put the Gilmore Girls before that, I don't even know. But as they say, Impact After Dark and everything, we kicked it off with a match from probably one of the best matches of the night, but I would expect nothing better out of these two. Rich Swan versus the Mack, or Willie Mack, whatever you want to go with. Really great match kick off the show. One thing that did surprise me, though, especially since, Mack just got there, was that Mack didn't actually win. And I did like people to, chant, "Return of the Mack. Return of the Mack." Like I said, the guy just hits a stone cold stunner, but, Swan was able to dodge it. And with like a cutter, like a springboard cutter off the ropes and everything. But like I said, overall, really great match to kick off the show. Swan winning a Phoenix Splash over the Mack for the win. I actually thought the Mack would have won because, like I said, he just got in the company right now, and you want to establish this guy. Like, Swan's good either way, so I don't really think he needs the win right here. But like I said, a really great match from both of these guys, between Rich Swan and the Mack. So, like I said before, the Mack's been on a roll lately, though, when you think about it. Like, come on, the guy's on Lucha Underground, winning against Cody for the NWA title back at Ring of Honor, and now the guy's on Impact, and he won the NWA, national, what was it, the NWA North American Championship. So he got the win over there. So the Mack on a roll on a lot of places right now. But pretty much they then moved into the pay-per-view theme show called The Road, or pretty much Final Hour. The Final Hour, it was called, which was actually not a bad card called the for the Final Hour, though, because the main event they were pretty much advertising, and it was going to be a video package. I'll get to that later on. But the main event for next week's show in this Final Hour would be Killer Kross versus Johnny Impact for the Impact World Championship. They then went to OVE. As they talked about Brian Cage being pinned not that long ago, and he said he was going to come for the X Division title because he wanted to make the X Division title mean something again, which he does have a point, because Cage is literally holding it hostage right now and doesn't really defend it against anybody. He just has the belt just because, and somebody needs to kind of make the X Division title mean something, because Cage is just kind of walking it around. But he talked about his promotion in Dayton, Ohio, called Rockstar Pro Wrestling, and he invited Cage to come to the show. He booked him and everything, and he said he was going to beat the crap out of him in Ohio tonight, OVE versus everything, as Josh Matthews and Don Callis kind of recapped it, recapped what Sami Callihan was talking about, Killer Kross and Johnny Impact. We went to the Desi Hit Squad. Gama Singh, he still does that boring promo in the ring, which it was Rahit Raju and the I forget the new guy. He had a turban on, but I think his name is Raj Singh. He's like one of Gama Singh's sons, if I'm correct. I'm not really sure, because I don't really think this Desi Hit Squad thing is getting over. I think Rahit Raju is good, and maybe bringing a new person in will help the group. I don't really know. I just know Desi Hit Squad kind of won with a squash match, but they were called the Beach Bums out there, if I'm correct. So, Desi Hit Squad moving on for the win. One thing I did like about this show was this black and white cinematic of the OGs, Eddie Kingston, Hernandez, and Homicide, pretty much on the streets in New York. Hernandez is just doing some pull-ups on the side, and Kingston's talking about how, Conan's boys and everything, and he's got his regular ones, but now he's got his Ray, because he's got Phoenix and Pentagon now, but he said that Conan took advantage of Hoover was Hoovy nowadays with psychosis. He's taking, advantage of the OGs, except the mob bosses got nothing on them because they were gonna do what they want. Homicide, he was gonna get that, that bootleg Skeletor tonight, and I remember Hernandez making some, whistle sound that said "bleh." So pretty interesting segment. I actually did like the whole black and white style to it of what Kingston them are. I guess they're still going after Conan in some type of different way. They didn't actually went to LAX. Then pretty much drinking at the bar that they have, and how they beat Matt Seidel and Ethan Page last week. And he said we're not into that psychedelic hippie snowflake stuff. I do things. I'm old school. I do it with my hands and stuff. But Santana had to question him, like, why are the OGs attacking Phoenix and Pentagon? Conan didn't really say that much, Yeah, he's going after his family, but, he's not tripping because he knows Phoenix and Pentagon are going to handle this up. They went to an Eddie Edwards sit-down interview, which was actually pretty good, trying to get the crazy Eddie Edwards character over, which Moose had a point, like, why didn't you call him or anything when he was hurt? But Moose was always right by Eddie Edwards' side, so this does make sense in a way. I'm not sure about, insane Eddie Edwards jumping around and going crazy in this match, but I can tell something, good will probably come out from this though. But like I said, other than the Moose and Eddie Edwards feud, which they are promoting another match now for this final hour show, so they really are trying to build it up. They then went to Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio, which, I don't like these indie segments thing because I feel like it's a waste for the show, but this one actually had to do with the show and the segment, which they brought this fake Brian Cage out and a fake X-Division title, and he joked about it because he's lost a lot of weight since Bound for Glory. Hernandez's voice came from somewhere off screen, threatening, which I shouldn't even say Hernandez, so I'm coming off screen. But like I said, they beat up the fake Hernandez and stuff, OVE, and then they did their chant with other people. Like I said before, I'm not really a fan of the whole other segments from different countries, but this is an exception because it's Callahan's own and is a way to promote the match, and some people think it makes him look like a cult leader by talking to these people because they will take his side no matter what. So that's kind of the thing with OVE. Going on with that right now, but moving on from that, Eli Drake, I guess, wanted to sue Impact, so he got a lawyer, which was Joseph Park. He was eating some food and talking about his weight and stuff. And he says, Eli, does that mean a lie? So that guy the guitar and stuff, or talking about the WWE one for some reason. But Eli Drake wanted a lawyer because it was a clean closet, everything. Like, he wanted a lawyer, but he didn't think he had to look here and stuff. But Park pretty much had everything ready. We can do this. We can sue them. All of that stuff. And Joseph Park. Sorry about that, a little tight right there, but like I said, Drake, he needed a lawyer, so I guess Joseph Park was gonna be on the job. I don't know why they got Eli Drake in these comedy segments nowadays. This guy should be treated more of a main eventer, or at least upper mid card or something, because the guy is really that good. Why is he doing these comedy segments with Joseph Park, unless it actually reads into something? I don't know what it could read into, but I guess they're gonna read into something from that. Or an injury angle, could think about that too. They then went to Death Hit Squad in the back as Gama Singh was congratulating them. Scott Bordeaux came up with the Smoke Show, and he tried to go sing to Bordeaux, but Roger, you see, this is a 65-year-old man that's married, and his son is right here and stuff. So really getting restless right here though, but like I said about Gama Singh, he pretty much tried to sing to Scarlett Bordeaux. I know Rahib Raju called him out. I'm probably repeating myself. But, she told him to send in a talent search, which fans could do also. Which I've really seen clips of those they showed on TV and not good, because they kind of made them look like fools in themselves, ripping off their shirts, thinking they were going to be the next one to win. I don't really see it happening, but that's what they're trying to believe on from that. Starting to lose it right there. I don't know why. I was really starting to lose it. Like tired or something while doing this review. I don't know what's going on there. But Tessa Blanchard going against Taya Valkyrie for the Knockouts Championship, which wasn't a bad match, which I see they want to keep it going since the referee had kind of gotten away. Taya pushed the referee into Tessa, but Tessa pushed him back. And roll up referee pretty much 1, 2, 3 it. Brought the pumpkin out and that and tried to pin again, trying to switch the titles back to himself until Raw going on right now. That was probably the big thing with all the Dudleys and stuff, but it kind of got them all separated again right now. But Taya and Tessa Blanchard. Taya, Tessa Blanchard. Pretty good match, though. Like I said, throws the referee. Tessa, I guess, accidentally hit the referee then. Disqualification, which I see they want to keep continuing, and so probably put into this final hour show next week, and maybe they will put it on for the Knockouts Championship. That's what I could see coming on from this, is adding her, since they already used their shots on trying to get a rematch for the championship right now. But like I said, a pretty good match though. Other than Dine and Dash, pretty good match between Taya and Tessa Blanchard. Wow, really losing it right now. But like I said, Taya got the win. We'll see what moves on from there. They went to get to Killer Kross and Johnny Impact in a sit-down interview, as Kross talking about being a traveling of lies and how the world must be ruled and everything. And he's read romanticize stipulate the situation. Sorry about that. And he says the harbinger of animation. Pretty much, Cage saying a lot of big name moves and stuff. So. Like I said, Cage trying to make him like a sick, sadistic person out there. In this promo, as Cage was talking, and he said he was just here to hurt people. He wasn't any matter about the title. Johnny Impact saying he's got something to prove, and he said that Johnny's logic is multiple warped and stuff, and he's trying to gain all these things by saying he's this and he's that, but it's not really kind of working out right now, which was gonna ring into the match then between Johnny Impact and Kane, which I don't even know why I say there was a match with them now, but the match is next week. But as they both cutting promos, well, I shouldn't say cutting promos, but still doing a sit down interview, Kross say his satisfaction of hurting people, and he's going to destroy Johnny Impact next week on the final hour and stuff. So as he talked about change and everything, Kross said, I'm in the business to hurt people. If you don't understand that, he was going to inherit the issue. Johnny pretty much tried to say he, Kross is just a living illusion, and that he's going to lose next week at the final hour. Even though he looked like he was worried at one point about Kross just because of his promos, and now they're making him look super crazy and super psychopathic and stuff. Because they even showed him training, martial arts training, and him just lifting a crazy ton of amount of weights, looking like just a jacked monster out there, ready to destroy Johnny Impact. Because he said he was going to squeeze the life out of John, and he said tick tock, tick tock, and he says it's better to face the devil you know than the devil you don't know. And in the final hour, he said we'll find out who Killer Kross really is. As Johnny ended off with that, devil devil you don't know line in a minute. Alright, I don't need you telling me 10 times. Hold on. Okay. I take care of that phone call, and I got something in my ear right here. But since I kind of got my energy back right now, like I said, a really good sit-down promo interview between Impact and Killer Cross, really hyping up their match next week. I can tell you that right now. I think it's going to be really good next week. I really do. But that was a really good way to hype up the match for next week, doing these sit-down interviews, not doing nothing silly or doing no crazy type of stuff. Pretty much putting them down in an environment where Johnny's not that bad, and it kind of makes them, some say, makes him look more human, and even almost fearful of Cross, since they have him being this psychopathic type of killer that's coming after Johnny. So really looking forward to that. They then went to a Jordan Grace interview, pretty much talking about she's 22 years old, wrestling for 8 years, pretty much telling her background and everything. She will be debuting next week for the knockout, so looking forward to her debut. Like I said, I saw her All In and eliminate Cage in that over the top battle royal. I don't know a lot about Jordan Grace, but I've seen her live one time before, and that was at All In. So I am looking forward to her, but they say the girl's jacked and can just throw anybody around, so we will see. And I'm looking forward to her debut next week on Impact. Just get the GWN flashback thing. They then went to a promo from the Lucha Brothers between Phoenix and Pentagon, as they said they think the OGs can get away with this. This was not going to go down. Pentagon called Kingston a cabron, as tonight Pentagon was going to go one-on-one with Homicide tonight. So I guess it's going to be into some tag match between the Lucha Brothers and the OGs. I can see that going on right now. Cage, he was cutting a promo on Callahan, said next week he's going to be in Ohio and he's going to destroy Ohio, and he will take down anybody that gets in his way in Ohio. So he told Callahan to watch out. So the title will be defended next week in Ohio, as Don Callis said, for the X Division Championship. LAX went against Matt Sydal and Ethan Page. I believe this was for the tag titles, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty good match right here. LAX always puts on a quality match. I don't really think the titles were never going to change to begin with. I still think this company needs more tag teams, if you ask me. Once again, Sydal was pretty much took the pin from here after they hit him with the the double team backbreaker for the win on Matt Sydal. Page, I thought Ethan Page actually took in the win, but LAX getting the win right here. It's not much to say right here other than LAX celebrating. They retained the titles, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if it was a one-off thing in that, but we'll see where this feud. Well, I don't even know if it's a feud. This probably was a one-off thing for the tag title, because who else they got to face LAX for the tag team championships? Maybe I'm missing somebody. I don't know. Somebody come on to me about that. Allie, I guess, had this electric thing coming down here, like Adobe effects, as Kiera pretty much looked at Allie saying she's not okay. Allie tried to say she was okay, nothing's wrong, but she said there is something wrong, and Kiera said she's going to protect her, and about the darkness was consuming her soul, and leaving Rosemary in the undead realm, but they said we're going to end Su Yung once and for all. So that feud is still going on. And listen, I know people really did not like the whole thing at Bound for Glory with Allie going to the undead realm and taking Kiera Hogan out and killing Su Yung with a giant hatchet axe, murdering people, and Rosemary with the electrical powers versus fire powers. I didn't hate it, okay? It really reminded me of the whole Broken Universe thing, because I've said before, if they can do all the silly stuff like that, and we've seen more over the top insanity on the Broken Universe, I can't really get mad at this thing, okay? I really can't. I actually thought it was entertaining and Bound for Glory, and I'm still a little interested in to see. I'm not going to crap on it like everyone else has to what I've seen, but I don't think it's been that bad. But in the main event, though, Pentagon went against Homicide. Pretty much a quick match, which I actually thought was getting really good with Pentagon Homicide. Homicide with that freaking what was it? What was it? Suicide dive, but like a cannonball to the outside of the ring, just looked deadly, knocking Pentagon into the barricade. The match, like I said, the match ended quick. Homicide tried to go for a Gringo Killer. Pentagon got the roll up. Hernandez got in the ring. There was a brawl. Kingston was in there too, trying to use was it a flapjack, I believe, or slapjack or something, but did not work. The OGs pretty much, like I said, they put the boots to him there. Homicide had hit a cutter on Phoenix, but they start beating him up. There was a slapjack, and the OGs pretty much beat up both Pentagon and Phoenix to end off the show from there. So I guess we will see a tag. Like I said, OGs need some more wins. I get they do some beatdown angles, and it's really good, but they do need to pick up some wins, though. They took more losses than they've gotten some wins. And before they ended the show, they had this Doomsday Clock thing with Killer Cross, as he hyped the final hour next week. As you know, it is going to be very real next week, and that this is a universal premonition that the final hour is approaching us, and Cross will bring it forth. So he said next week will be the final hour. So like I said, Cross, I really enjoying these, these almost like history videos with him threatening his opponents, talking about almost like an Art of War type of deal he's going on with. I really am digging Killer Cross more and more. I really am. So I am looking forward to this match between him and Johnny Impact next week. I don't know what's gonna cut from it, but I will admit they actually built up for this whole final hour pay-per-view themed show. I don't remember all the other matches right now, but like I said, I'm looking forward to the show, and I'm willing to see what happens next on here. But I am out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. For a minute I was falling asleep in this video, but hey, the energy's back and the energy's flowing right now, folks. So comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought about Impact Wrestling this week, and what match are you looking forward to for the final hour next week. I am out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.